Thank you. So hi, welcome. My name is Kelly. Welcome to my studio. And this is Maxwell and Maxwell's chicken. Here's your chicken. Good morning, Maxwell. How are you? Today's practice, we are going to practice warrior poses. So all about the warrior poses, the warrior sequence, which will stretch the hips out and strengthen the legs. So finding your inner warrior. So we'll start on the mat and come onto all fours like this. Hi, Maxwell. And your hands underneath, your wrists underneath your shoulders. Thank you. You're such a nice boy. Wrists underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Tabletop position. Press your fingers into the floor, pull your abs in, or contract your abs. And then lower your belly down towards the floor. Just notice how your spine is feeling in that position. And then round up your spine, the opposite direction. So drop your head between your arms and tuck your pelvis. So let's do this a few times very slow. And then lift up. So not holding your breath, you can breathe right here as you hold cat. And then one more time, slow and controlled. Breathing in and out. Press into your fingers. Don't forget to spread your fingers apart. And then neutral spine. Now bend the body to the right side, and then bend the body to the left side. Pull your abs in, lateral flexion, and do that again. Opening up the ribs, flexing on the other side. Now extend the right leg back straight. Press the ball of your foot into the floor, press the heel away from you, push into the floor, gaze slightly forward, stretch the back of your leg, your calf, feel the hamstring, set your knee down and change sides. So left leg back, square the hips as much as you like, pull that left hip down, press the heel away from you, get that nice calf stretch right there. Kind of taking into account what you did yesterday or the day before, feeling your body. Good. Now extend the right leg back. Stay on that left knee. If it's uncomfortable on your knees, by the way, put double the mat, or you can place a blanket or towel underneath to soften the knees. Then lift your right leg up straight. Press into the hands. Reach the left arm. So now taking one of those points of contact, having to balance, reaching that arm, extending that leg, and then set your hand down and your knee down. Change sides. Left leg. Here's the thing, you want to have the leg straight, pull in your abs, press your hands into the floor. That right foot, the top of the foot, press it down, and then reach your right arm. Here's your balance. Tripod position. Our bird dog position. Good. Now place your hand down. So just the first balancing of the class. We'll have several of those in different positions. Reach your right leg, extend the left arm, press into your fingertips. Now I want you to bring your knee in and touch your elbow to your knee, and then extend. Do that again. Extend, abs in. 2 more. Then 1 more. Extension, hold. Flex your foot. Pull your abs in, press into your hand. You can look down, right beside your hand. Exhale, place your left hand down, right knee on the floor. Extend your left leg back straight, toes pointing down, press into the floor. Reach the right arm, really lengthen the arm, extend the leg, abs in. Touch your elbow to your knee, right underneath your body. So you're rounding your back right there really strongly. Inhale, exhale, inhale, straight back and reach. Do that one more time. Reach. Good. All right, so hands on the floor, knees on the floor. Walk the hands forward like one handprint. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees up, downward facing dog. Feel the back of the legs. Pedal your heels right and left. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up the forearms. Press into your fingertips. All this energetically, you guys. So just think about those movements. Your inner arms are facing each other or even turn slightly forward. So think your index fingers, your pointer fingers point to the front of the mat. So don't, in other words, turn your hands in. That's exaggerated. Have your hands so that your inner arms are facing each other, or a little turn forward. Good, breathe in, lengthen. Inhale, and then exhale. So a little longer hold for downward facing dog. All right, so now come into plank. Right here. Here's your challenge. So you're in plank, high plank, press into your fingers. So now your points of contact, toes, and your hands. Now you're gonna lift your left leg and lower right leg. Core work, strengthening the core, press into the hands, spread your blades apart. Now let's go down to the mat and coming into cobra pose. So we'll do that all together. So lower down slowly, chin and chest comes down first. Go ahead and plop on the floor and put the top of your feet down. Slide your hands back, pull your elbows in and draw your shoulders away from the floor. Chest up, look forward. Feet on the floor. Good. Now lower down. Let's do that again. Let's lift up 3 times. So warming up the spine. Exhale, lower. You can have your legs a little more separated if that's more comfortable. Pay attention. The most important thing is abs contracted right there. One more time. Pull your shoulders and head, chest away from the floor. Exhale and lower. Come into child's pose. Push off the mat, stay on your knees, separate your knees, big toes together, reach the arms to your sides, forehead down, child's pose. So your chest between the knees. If bending your knees to this degree is painful, then just kind of lift up and make it into a half kind of child's pose. But if you can, sit all the way down, glutes to heels. Turn your palms up. Open and close your hands right there. Warm up the wrists, the fingers. Good. Place your hands on the floor. Lift your head up. Walk your hands forward. And come up into downward facing dog. First move. Warrior low lunge. Inhale, right leg up, stretch it out away from you. Let's practice. We'll do this many times from downward dog. Bring your right foot, or stepping your foot from 3-limb dog. Bring your knee in. Watch your knee as your leg comes in. Shift forward. Keep your back rounded. Step your right foot beside your right thumb. Set your heel down first. And generally speaking, try not to make sound or make a lot of noise whenever you bring your foot forward so you're in control. Reach the arms back and then reach up. Here's your low lunge position. Shift the hips forward. Place your hands, one hand on top of the other. Shift the hips forward. Relax the shoulders. Inhale and reach. We'll get moving. Let's go to the long edge of the mat. Hands to the inside of your foot, lift the knee, walk your hands to the back, to this side, and then bring it over to this side. And walk it over. One more time. Bring it to this other foot, and we're just gonna turn, set your knee down. So now on the other side, Anjaneyasana, reaching the arms up, hands to your thigh, put your hands on the top, press into the thigh, shift your hips forward. Good. You can tuck your toes on under back there or put the top of the foot down. It's your choice. Just don't let the foot sickle. Good. Now place your hands on the inside of your foot, tuck your toes, lift your knee, and walk your hands over to the front, back to the original side. Turn, press your hands into the floor, and come into plank. Inhale. Shift forward, lower down slowly, elbows draw in, bring the chin and chest down, top of the feet on the floor. One cobra pose, just cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Good. Bring your knee in, watch your knee come in. Look forward, place your heel on the mat. Set your left heel down. Coming up, warrior one, reach up to the sky. Bring your hands up, flex, separate your fingers. So setting up your warrior one, you're gonna draw this left hip forward. Feel that stretch, press into the pinky toe on this back foot. Bend into the forward leg, the knee. Maxwell, you're trying to say something to me. Pull in your front ribs or contract, and keep those fingers reaching. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe in, and then exhale. Same thing we're gonna do as we did with a low lunge. Keep your knee over your ankle, now pivot and walk it over. Anjane, or Skandasana, side to side. Here's our lunge, strengthening the legs. We're gonna go to the other side and do warrior one. So turn, keep your heel on the mat, knee over ankle in this forward leg. Lift up, warrior one. Press into the pinky toe back there. And then pull your hip forward just slightly, ever so slightly. Spread your fingers and looking out, chin neutral, pull the head back. Abs in, nice. Inhale and reach. Exhale your hands to the inside of your foot, pivot. Everyone Skandasana, do that. 4, here Maxwell, I'll let you go. You want to go out, don't you? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Sometimes he does, right? Bring it to the front, or what? The original beginning, or front. Turn, face the mat, press into the floor, step your leg back. Coming into plank, let's vinyasa this time. Chaturanga and hold. So let's build some core strength right here. Shoulders away from the ears. Good, press into the hands, press into the fingers. Flip your feet, up dog, or go to the mat, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So remember, inner arms facing each other. Reach your right leg up, inhale. Turn your toes out this time and bend your knee. Let's open up the pelvis. Extend it straight, lower down, left leg up. Inhale up, turn your toes out and bend your knee. Extend straight and lower. Inhale, right leg up. And now look forward, step your right foot beside your right thumb. Warrior two. So set your heel down, heel to arch alignment, bring it on up, right there. Palms face up. Feel the strength in your arms when you turn your palms up. Bend your knee, or reach that knee forward so it's over your ankle. And you can look over the front palm right there. Reach up, bring your elbows out, bend your elbows, reach up, lower down, lift up and straighten the leg in the front, bend the knee, bend the elbows, and reach up. Do it 2 more times. Reach up, bend the elbow. You can look forward or look to the side. 1 more time. Lift up. Now turn your toes in, hands to your hips. Widen your feet, press into the edges of your feet. Lift the inner arches. And with a flat back, stick your glutes back and fold over halfway. Inhale and then exhale, fold over all the way. If you have blocks, you can place your hands on your blocks or the floor, the crown of the head facing the floor. Straighten your legs, press into your feet, all 4 corners. Draw your elbows in towards each other. Walk your hands to this between your feet. Breathe in and breathe out. Now lift up halfway. Walk your hands over to the opposite side of your mat. Put your heel down. Warrior 2. Right there. Lean your knee forward, so knee is over ankle. So your body is to this long edge of the mat. Your knee points to the front edge of the mat. Turn your palms up and reach up. Good, palms facing each other this time. Elbows bent and then reach up. Now let's add those legs to it. Press into the back foot. So lower, lift and straighten. Lower and lift and straighten. Again, 2 more times. 1 more time. And lift up. Bend your knee. And then parallel your feet. So again, hands to your hips, shoulders roll back. It's good practice. Folding forward, abs in, contracted. Press into your feet. Pinky edge side of your feet too, so that lifts your arches. Now stick your glutes back and fold over all the way with a flat back. And this time, bring your palms underneath, back behind the heels, right in the center. Straighten your legs, crown of the head facing the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring the hands to the center. Lift up your head halfway. Walk to the front of your mat. Turn, press your hands into the floor. Lift up that right leg, downward facing dog. Now let's go through a vinyasa if you would like. Shift forward. Now lower down, chin and chest, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Now let's practice warrior 3. Inhale, lift your right leg up. So we did warrior 1, warrior 2, now warrior 3. Toes pointing down. Bring your knee in, watch your knee come in. I've said this before, like it's an airplane coming in to land, land your foot. So your heel comes down first. Lift up into crescent pose. So in crescent pose, your heel is up in the back. A lunge position, high lunge. Sweep the arms to your sides. Weight or knee over ankle. Then lean forward. And you're just gonna come up onto the toes of the left foot. So get all the weight on that forward leg, the right leg. Lift up, straighten the right leg. And as you straighten the right leg, tip your head over, or your chest forward. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Point your toes down or point your foot. Breathe in. Now set your foot down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Get your balance. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Skandasana. One direction, and then the other. So lunging side to side, hold it over on that opposite side of the mat, and you're gonna turn. So if you're not facing my direction, just listen to my cues. Try to follow with my cues, my verbal cues, rather than watching. Lift up, crescent pose, inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the arms to your sides. Relax the shoulders first, knee over ankle, then hinge forward, and then lift up onto the tippy toes of the foot back there behind you. Lift up and straighten the leg. Shoulders down the back are away from the ears. Press into the entire foot, the pinky side of your foot, the inner arch side, reaching the arms, find the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands Skandasana to the other side, spin it around or turn around, pivot, hands on the floor, go to downward facing dog. Shift forward, lower down, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's do the same thing again, going through the 3 warrior poses, but leading with the left leg. So my back will turn away from you for just a moment. So do this for me. Flip your right foot, put your toes on the floor, stretch the top of the foot, and then set that down. And then the left foot, stretch the top of the foot in downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, inhale. And then bring that knee in, and step the left foot beside the left thumb. Good, how'd that work? Put your knee on the floor. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, so low lunge first, just like we did on the other side, or when we started with that side. The right. Exhale, hands to the floor. Now Skandasana, walk it over, bring it back. Stay on the front or the other side of the mat and turn, knee down, Anjaneyasana. Get your balance. Exhale, hands to the inside of your foot, Skandasana, side to side, lunge. Come to the front, pivot, hands on the floor, vinyasa or downward dog. Shift. And lower, lift your chest up through, up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, left leg up again. Leading with that left leg. Bring the foot forward. Stay high like you're going over a hurdle. Put your foot down, heel down in the back, warrior 1. Inhale. So we're gonna stay here for a moment to set up. So reach the arms, spread your fingers. If you need to give your shoulders a break, nothing wrong with that, right? Just bring your hands to your hips. Press into the pinky toe back there. Good, that helps you lift your inner arch. Spread the fingers, bend the knee forward. Hip flexors on that right side stretching. And now bring the hands down very slowly to the inside of your foot and Skandasana. To the front and to the back, or from side to side. And then stay on the other side, turn, keep your back foot at an angle and reach up. Warrior 1, the opposite direction. Inhale and reach. Spread your fingers, bend into that forward knee. And you want to kind of pull or draw the left or that other side in. And then where the knee is forward, bring that side back. Get the knee over your ankle, go into that lunge as much as you can, but press into the back pinky toe. Now sweep the hands down to the inside of your foot, Skandasana, to the rear, or to one side and then the other, and then spin it, downward dog or vinyasa. up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Bring your left knee in. Here's our warrior two. Step your foot forward, heel down, warrior two, right here. So arms out straight. Turn your palms up. A little more strength there like that. Relax the shoulders. Just stay right here. You can keep making little micro adjustments. That forward knee, press into the back foot evenly. And then you're gonna lift up, reach, bend your knee, pull the arm, elbows down like goalposts, and then reach up. Straighten the forward leg, goalposts. And reach up and down. One more time. Lift up. So with your legs straight, turn your feet parallel. Hands to your hips. Now you're just going to hold your hips so you can feel the pelvis shift. With a flat back, send your hips back and fold all the way over. Hands on the floor. Your head comes between, elbows draw in. Maybe you can widen your feet. Crown of the head facing the floor. Relax the neck and shoulders. Press your feet into the floor. Inner thighs engaged. Outside of your legs, grab your ankles. Breathe in. You can turn your head right and left. Place your hands on the floor. Walk your hands to the other side of your mat. Set your heel down. Bring it into warrior two, right there. Knee in the front, or this direction, pointing to the short edge, your body to the long edge. Reach the arms up straight, bend the elbows, palms facing your face. Now reach up and straighten the forward leg. Bend the knee, bend the elbows, and lift. Again. Lift. Up. And then hold. Nicely done. Reach up and lift. Parallel your feet. One more time. Hands to your hips. Or harder, arms out. But contract your abs and fold over, flat back, all the way over. Reach your hands down. Maybe grab the big toes. Use that as leverage to pull your body in. Point your elbows up. And then release, walk it over to the original beginning spot, hands on the floor, downward dog or vinyasa. So leg goes back, shift, lower, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. So just getting the body warmed up. Inhale, lift your left leg up. We got warrior three. Step your left foot forward. Bring it up, crescent pose. Inhale. Nice. So the arms to your sides. Hinge forward, so chest comes, or belly comes right hovering over the thigh, knee over your ankle. That's your stability, your balance right there. So knee right there. Don't let your knee come forward too much. Lift up onto the tippy toes and reach the leg back. Get your balance. Shift, floint your foot, or just flex the foot. Strength, abs in, pull in the front ribs. Breathe. Now bring the right foot down, find the floor. Inhale, reach up. And then we're going to sweep down, go to the other side all the way. Turn, crescent pose. Inhale, other side, breathe in, get your balance. And then hinge forward, reaching the arms, lift up, straighten the leg. Breathe, balance. Pinky toe side of your foot, leg up. Set the foot down, find the floor, sweep through, all the way over. Hands on the mat, vinyasa or downward dog. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Shift forward, plank. Hold right here, breathe in. We're gonna come to the mat. So shift forward, lower down on your belly. Put the top of your feet on the floor. Core work. Think of this as like a bookmark. A little variation from our warrior poses. Our little break. So strengthening the core, lift your chest up, lift your shoulders up, arms up, bring the arms to your sides. Turn your palms up, lift the legs, point your toes, shoulders away from the ears, lift up those thighs as high as you can. Maybe you can clear the floor. Look forward, reach arms forward, stack your forearms, and relax. Again, one more time. Reach like Superman and bring the arms to the side. Turn your palms up and lift. Breathe in, look forward, point your toes. And then lower, nice. Stack your forearms. Let's stretch the quad. Bend your right knee and you can press into your forearm. Your left arm, and reach back and grab your foot. And just hold the shoelaces, press the foot into the hand. And if you press the hand enough, but contract your abs right here. Abs can pulled in. Maybe you can lift the thigh just slightly. Pressing the foot into the hand. So you're bringing your heel away from your glute. Getting a good thigh stretch right there as it contracts, then lower down. Let's change sides. So press the right foot down to the floor, abs contracted, bend your left knee, reach back, and just hold this for a moment. Feel that passive, just no effort, stretching the quadricep, but then press your foot into your hand, maybe elevating the thigh up off the mat and pulling the chest back. Good. Now lower that down, extend, and relax. So do those. Opposite sides are right and left side, or if you want to, come into upward facing, or not upward facing, but bow pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana. You'll reach your arms to your sides first and put your chin down or your forehead. Then bend your knees and reach for your feet. Right there. And same thing. Pull your heels away from your glutes to elevate the chest and the thighs and breathe in and out. And if your knees come out just a bit, it's fine. If you feel any pain in your knees, then lower to the floor. Now lower down all the way and release. You can bring your legs out at an angle away from each other, so widen your legs. All right, slide your hands in, tuck your toes, and we're gonna push and come to our knees right here. And bring the knees up underneath you, coming into supported child's pose. So round the back over, or round the belly over the thighs. Put the forehead down at the crease of the hair, and not the crease, but the hairline. Turn your palms up, and let your shoulders just kind of fall forward, and stay here for 3 breaths. And then we'll get moving. Putting the warrior poses together, adding a few more poses to that. Hands beside your face, lift up your head, and let's bring it into into downward facing dog. So lift up, build your dog, like build a bear, build a dog. So lengthen your hips back, lengthen the spine, the back of your legs, your arms beside your ears, reaching your heels towards the floor. You'll feel your hamstrings stretch a bit more, but then press into the balls of your feet. And then lift your toes. Notice the difference when you lift your toes and you're just on the balls of your feet, reaching the heels. Good. Now lift the right leg up, inhale, putting it together. Step your right foot beside your right thumb. Set your knee down. Inhale, reach up your arms, Anjaneyasana, low lunge first. We're gonna go into half split. So sweep the hands down to the surface and flex your foot in the front. There's your hamstring. Draw that hip under, flex your foot or flanked. So the back of the right leg, stretching out. Lower your chest towards your thigh, feel that stretch. Now if you want to, slide that leg out and go into a deeper split. Do that, but be sure to press into the forward heel and the back foot, the big toe. That's all I've got. I don't go any further in my split than that. Be very careful here. Or you can just remain right here, lowering your belly towards the floor or towards the thigh. All right, so now put your foot flat, coming up into warrior one. Bring your left knee up and set your left heel down. Keep the knee where it is, keep your hips where they are, and lift up, reach the arms. Press into the pinky of that back foot. Good, inhale. Bring your palms together this time. Point your pointer fingers, reach the arms to bring the right side back, left side kind of forward. So you're stretching that flexor and the side of the hip on that left side. Breathe in. And now let's open up warrior two. When you open up warrior two, you'll move that foot in one footprint. So you've got a heel to arch alignment. And then turn your palms up, reaching that knee forward right there. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Now reach the arms up and straighten the forward leg. And then open up. Bend the knee. Reach up. Straight arms, straight leg. Straight arms, bend knee. Reach up. Do it again. One more time. Reach up. And then reach forward like you're serving something out there. Good. Now, coming into half moon, bring your hand to the mat. Block, slide your left foot in, lift up, straighten the right leg, point your foot, reach the left arm up to the sky, pull the shoulder back, breathe in. Maybe you can turn your gaze looking up. Nicely done. Set your foot down. Walk your hands in front of or beside your foot. So now we're facing the short edge of the mat. Crescent pose. Inhale. Bring it up. So just adjusting perspective, sweeping the arms to your side. Shift your hips, chest forward, leaning in, warrior three. So don't push off the back foot, just lift the back foot and tip the chest forward, reach the arms. Then just reach forward. Set your foot down, find the floor. Inhale and reach up. Now let's add a twist. So hands to your heart, or you can place the left hand on the floor and reach the right arm up. Otherwise, elbow to the outside of your knee. So a couple options there. Easier to put your hand on the floor and reach up. Here a little harder, a little more of a twist. Left hand on the inside of the right foot. Now we're gonna go into side plank. So go to the edge of your foot, angling the shoulder from the elbow or from the wrist. Put the foot in the center of your leg, reach the opposite arm up. And then maybe you can stack your legs. Bring your arm over your ear. Lengthen the side, lift the hips, place your hand behind your head. Tip the head back. Get that nice stretch in your shoulder. Reach up, hand to the floor, downward facing dog. Centering the hips, then vinyasa. Lowering down, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. That's our sequence. Lift your left leg up, inhale. Coming to low lunge first, step your left foot through, knee to the mat, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach up. Beautiful. Half split. We're gonna stay here for a moment. Stretch the hamstring, flex your foot, lower your chest towards the thigh. Hands on the floor, like that. Draw under, press into the heel, like you're gonna drag the heel back. Engagement of the muscle as you're stretching. Lift the heart, and then lower. And then maybe if you want to slide and go into a regular split, press into your foot, your toes back there, hands on the mat. Breathe, support. Stay right here. Flexing the foot, press into the heel. Nicely done. Coming up into warrior one. So lift the knee, set your heel down at an angle, or foot down at an angle, heel to the floor. Keep your knee over your ankle before you lift. Draw that left hip back and under. Keep the hips where they are. Lift up your chest. Just pull your chest away from the forward thigh. Reach up. Adjust that foot forward if you need to, so your ankle is over your knee. Right side pulls forward, left side pulls back. Palms together, pointer fingers pointing. Lift, but relax the shoulders. Abs in, pull in those front ribs. Good, now open up warrior two, and you'll just move that foot one footprint over, heel to arch alignment. Turn your palms up. Strengthen those arms, knee over ankle. Inhaling, exhaling. Breathe in, straighten the forward leg, reach the arms straight, and then bend. Just a little movement in this warrior pose, warrior two. Bend, lift up. And right there, good. Lift up. And then out. Nice. Half moon. So you're gonna sweep that left hand down for your block, the floor. Come onto the toes, lift up your leg, straighten the left. Reach the arm. So try to get the weight off of the hand. You're just using your strength, opening the body to the side. Reach your arm up. Then maybe you can turn your gaze to your hand. Bend your forward knee, set your foot down, face the mat. Right heel lifts up, crescent pose. Inhale, reach up. Get your balance. Straighten the back leg, bend the forward knee. I know, feeling that forward leg. Sweep the arms to your sides. Hinge forward. Lift up the right leg, crescent pose. Just try, even if your balance is a little bit challenged here, touch down and lift back up. That's all strengthening the hip unilaterally, one side at a time. Good. Now find the floor with your right foot. Crescent pose, right hand twist, right hand to the floor twist, or hands together, elbow to the outside of your knee. So your heel up and the back. So shift your weight so your knees over your ankle. Good. Take another breath. Exhale, hand down, side plank. Prop this up like that, or be sure that your body is straight. So pull your shoulders back, chest back, reach up. You're pointing your feet, arm over the ear. Then maybe your hand can come behind your head, press the head into the hand, reach up, hand to the floor, downward facing dog first. So you get your hips leveled, adjusted. Now squaring your body to the mat, go through a vinyasa. Shift and then lower, elbows in, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Now look forward, bend your knees, step to the middle of your mat. Turn your toes out. finding your inner warrior. How'd that go? Elbows to the inner thighs, or the inside of the knees. Hands to your heart, and look forward. Let's fold over. This will probably feel like the deepest forward fold you've ever done. Place your hands on the floor. In front of your feet, you're gonna push into your hands and tip your head over, lift your hips at the same time. Keep pressing into the floor, straighten your legs. Your toes can be turned out somewhat. Press into the floor, pushing the floor away, lengthening the spine. Bend your knees, they go out to the side, the same direction as your toes. And bring your hands to your heart. Stay here or practice both coming up into crane pose. Hands, arms straight, hands where they land. I find that's the right length, unless you've got really long arms. That might be a problem. All right, so now lift your knees into your armpits, lift up your heels, and then shift your weight forward. Gaze is forward. Lift up your right foot, left foot. Pull your heels to your glutes. Point your toes. And then set your feet down. Nicely done. Sit on your heels, and then hands behind the hips and lower down. Extend the legs out straight. Boat pose. So I'm going to give you a couple of options. This is to strengthen the core muscles. We're going to be in a series working up to the end of the year of core work, and I'm going to give you guys a challenge. So be watching for this challenge coming up to do an extra 15 minutes of core training every day. Not 5 days, but 7 days. Repeating that series every week until the new year. Just a challenge, right? So we're about at the middle of November. It's not too long, it's about 6 weeks. So here, setting up for boat pose, you're on your sitting or on the back of your sitting bones. Lift up your right leg, lift your left leg, and I'm bracing right here because I want you to do that. Just see if your back is comfortable right there. When you take off that assistance of your hand being there, and you've got a balance like this, see how your back feels. If that's uncomfortable, then go back here. If it's okay, and if it just feels like you're strengthening, then stay here. Then just see what happens when you straighten the leg and point your feet. Reach your fingers for your toes. If that's okay, stay here. Otherwise, you're here, elbows in. Bend your knees or brace behind the hamstrings. Test it out. Test out what works for you. Work hard though. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower down all the way to the floor. Reach the arms overhead. Stretch overhead. Bring your feet to the glutes. Bridge pose. Palms on the floor, head on the floor flat. Something I've learned recently, that depending on the strength of your quads, lifting up into bridge pose or wheel pose can directly relate to whether or not you have knee pain. We're just going to practice bridge pose though. We're not going to go into wheel pose today, just bridge pose, unless you want to on your own. Right here, we're just going to lift up into bridge, palms on the floor, and I want you to lift your shoulders and pull them in. So now you're kind of on the back of your shoulder blades right there. Feel the blades pressing down. Then you're going to widen your feet a little bit wider than your hips. So my middle finger is touching the middle of my heel. So my feet are wider than my hips. That just gives your body space, and you can turn your toes out a little bit. Try to keep your knees pointing straight up. Don't let them tip in or tip out, right? So press your hands into the floor and then lift up, and just notice, does that feel more comfortable for you with your toes turned out just slightly? I know that's unconventional, or it's not what you've been used to hearing, but just try that. Because here's the thing. The thighs, the quadriceps, if they're not strong enough to lift up the hips, then what needs to really work well is the glutes. And the only way to really turn on the gluteus maximus or engage the gluteus maximus, lifting up the hips, is to turn your toes out just a little bit more and widen your feet a little wider than your hips. When your feet are close together, it doesn't work so well. Or closer. Clasp your fingers, draw your right and left shoulder underneath you, abs contracted, and lift up. Does that feel better? Lift straight up. Much more comfortable, possibly. But everybody's different. So in yoga poses, if something is not working for a joint, if you're feeling pain in a joint, then an adjustment needs to be made. You can always message me and tell me about anything specific, and I can help potentially, right? Now unclasp your hands and lower down. We are done. Spread your blades apart. Bring your knees into your chest. Happy baby. Reach for the outside edges of your feet. Flex your feet and rock from side to side. Couple of supine leg stretches. We've already stretched the legs quite a bit in those warrior poses and strengthened the legs. So thinking about the hips in relationship to how you're moving your legs. Keep your right foot and extend your left leg out. And as you extend the leg out straight, feel the flexors in the front of your left hip. Try to get the calf all the way down to the floor, and then your foot facing the ceiling, right there. Pull the knee down on the outside of the shoulder. Then you're just going to use your left hand and guide the knee across the body to the left. Reach your right arm over to the right. And as you do that, your breath it's a little constricted. Breathing. Try to get your heel to the floor. If you can't, that's okay. Just hold that knee, and you can tug just slightly. Don't over twist. And turn your chin towards the right shoulder. Opening the shoulder, the chest, through the side, through the hip. Length of that right hip down. You can even use your thumb and the hip crease to press that hip down. Breathe, 3 more breaths. Soften into the pose. Breathing in and out. Begin to breathe in. Lift your knee. Lower back on the floor. Settling, evening out the body on the mat. Now let's change. Bring the left foot in, grab the foot, knee on the outside of the shoulder. Extend the right leg out straight, bottom of your foot facing the ceiling. Press your hand into your thigh, the top of the thigh, and breathe. Now use your right hand and guide that leg across the body to the side, the right side. And then once you have your hip over the other hip, even up your shoulders. So you got to pick them up and set them down, and then look over the opposite direction. Hand just lightly on the outside of your knee. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. 3 more breaths. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Start to lift the leg, knee over the body. Settle your lower back. Extend the left leg out, right leg out. Position your legs separated, and bring the arms to your sides, palms facing up, and relax. the jaw, the brow, down to the shoulders. Relax the shoulders intentionally. The chest softens. Breathing just happens. Your belly softening, the hips. Down each arm, back of the hands, the fingers naturally curling. Each leg, your feet falling out to the sides at their angle. From the hips to the top of the head. Open and close your hands. Set your feet flat on the floor, knees up. Tip the knees to the side and then to the other side. Tip the knees over to one side and keep rolling over to that side, and then push yourself up to a seated position. Let's sit up and close clasp together with one deep breath of air in. Bring the edge of the hands to the brow. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Edge the hands to the heart in gratitude and in thanks. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. I enjoyed it. Bye.